Hey everyone, Mr. Gray 3IS here, and I'm back with another video. Don't mind my car, it's chilling at ride height with the beautiful wheels. But in today's video, we are going to be pimping my dad's truck again. Never hurts to upgrade this thing. This episode I'm pretty excited about because it involves something that he actually asked me to change and explained to me that he didn't really like, and it's actually going to be the rear section of the car, and specifically the taillights. One thing that my dad really didn't like about these taillights is how this is all red. He's a big fan of distinguished orange turn signals, but the main thing about this being all red is it's really hard to distinguish when you're braking and turn signaling because it's just all one solid piece, and half of it is the turn signal and half of it is the brake, and it's just weird. I tried to talk him into going aftermarket taillights, but he really likes OEM, like I've kind of explained in previous videos. He likes very simple, tasteful modifications in looking cars, so OEM is the way to go for him, which is totally cool because in today's video, I'm going to be converting pretty much the whole backside of this car to LED. That's going to include making both of these bulbs in each taillight LED, a red LED too, because these are just a white halogen that reflect off of a red housing. It's going to be making these halogen reverse lights LED so he can see clear when backing up at nighttime. And last but not least, these license plate lights right here are going to be LED as well. Now these license plate lights are kind of easy to get to, so I already stuck some T10s in there from Amazon, but they've actually only have been giving me issues. This one kind of flickers a little bit, and then this one just doesn't even work anymore. It kind of turns on sometimes, but it usually doesn't. So I'm glad I'm replacing them with some Last Fit ones, because Last Fit is sponsoring this Pimp My Dad's Truck video again, so thank you to them. Per usual, everything I use you can grab in the description below, and you can use code GRAY3IS to save 20% off, but I'll make sure that hyperlink in the description below already gives you that 20% off without you having to do anything. Without further ado, let's get to this install. Now, I'm also really excited for this episode because these lights right here are gonna finalize converting everything on this truck to LED. Now, if you haven't seen the first two episodes of this series, I converted pretty much everything from this part forward to LED. So that means everything in the front of the truck, everything in the interior to an even better LED. And now I'm gonna be finishing it off with the rear of the truck. So I'm excited to have it all nice, crisp, bright LED, and especially ones from Last Fit because I have experience with them and they are great and they last a long time and they just are overall a great LED and perform very nicely. So these right here are the red LEDs, 2 for each tail light. This is the reverse lights right here, 1 for each taillight, and these right here are the T10s. You guys might be familiar with these. One of my favorite looking bulbs and favorite bulbs to use because they are so universal and easy to install. These will be going for the license plate lights. Now, similar to the first episode when I did the headlights, I'm going to go ahead and do half of the truck so you guys can get a good comparison, and I'll get my dad's reaction too, and he can easily see what is OEM and what is LED. So you can easily distinguish how nice the LEDs are compared to the halogen. So for this install, you are going to need one tool, and that is a 10mm socket, which you will use right here and right here to release the taillight. These trucks and Toyotas in general are so nice because it's like a Lego. You take off a piece or two and you're inside of it. It's so nice. Build quality on these cars, both Toyota and Lexus, are just so nice, and I love working on them. So all you're gonna need is a 10mm for there, and this will come right out. Super easy. All we're gonna do is loosen this one a little bit by hand, and then we'll use this. One. And 2. And the taillight, all you have to do to get it out is simply grab it nice and firmly, pull from the side, and it's out. That popping noise you heard is nothing crazy. It's just these 2 little pins coming out of their spots on the truck, and this is super easy. So right here, all you do is twist counterclockwise, just like everything else in this vehicle. Boom. And out comes the big halogen bulb. That is the top part of the taillight. We're gonna go ahead and get our pack of these T3s, the 7443R for red. T3 is Last Fit's really cool version of their turn signals and running lights and switchback lights. They have these white tops to them, so you don't have blindingness shooting at people, but accept a nice crisp light that's surrounding the entire housing. These are the types of lights that I have on my turn signal on my car, and on the front of the Tacoma. So first, if you have these on for a little bit, be careful because they can be hot. These ones are fine. All you're gonna do is pop them out like so, and we can go ahead and take our new Last Fit T3 turn signal bulb and stick it in there. Now these are polarity specific, so what I recommend doing is going ahead and testing them out. I went ahead and unlocked the vehicle and it works. It's very bright. And then they're super easy to put back in. You just stick them in here and you just twist back in opposite of how you got them out, like so. Boom. And then next up is the exact same thing. It is the other bulb right here, the new Last Fit one. Now this is also polarity specific, but we can't test this one the same, unfortunately, because only this is the blinker. So if I were to unlock it to test it, it wouldn't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually turn the headlight of the vehicle on and make sure that it works. Look what I'm doing.
Oh, you're doing the back already?
Yeah, I'm doing the back. Yeah, so okay, as we can tell with the headlights on, it does indeed work. So I can go ahead and shut it off and put it into the housing. And just twist clockwise and that's it. And then last but not least, on this housing is the reverse light. You just twist and out it comes. Again, it's just a halogen like the rest. And we're gonna go ahead and take these Last Fit reverse lights and trade them out for this halogen. All you do is pull it out. And again, just like the taillights, it doesn't have a bulb in the front, so you're not gonna be blinding people reversing, but you're just gonna have a nice light output to see. It clicks in like so, so I can go ahead and test it by putting it in reverse. Good? Awesome. Okay, my dad's next to me checking them out with me. And just like the other ones, go ahead and angle it in. And then from here, super easy. All you do is line up these two pins with the pins that are on the truck. And push. And all that's left is two 10 millimeters on the side and the light is secure. So get these 10 mils in, very secure. And now we can go ahead and test and compare. And my dad is already out here, so that's great. He's gonna be able to see the comparison. I'm gonna turn on the taillights.
Nice.
Yeah. Much nicer. It almost looks orange on camera, but I feel like I need to just turn the exposure down a little bit, but they are bright, definitely bright. And go ahead and do the comparison of turn signals slash hazards.
Big difference.
Yeah, big difference indeed. Yeah, so very distinguishable which way you're turning and which way you're not turning. And now I can go ahead and test the reverse lights also. Yeah, that's awesome. Crazy.
The stock one looks almost yellow.
Yeah, ew. Yeah, it looks like a candle.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dang. Yeah, that's the new Lasso one. And again, in person, everything looks a lot brighter, so. And then these are the halogens. Wow, crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and do the left side real quick. Same process as the right side, and then I'll go ahead and do the license plate lights, which are pretty simple, thankfully. And I'm really happy my dad's out here kind of during the last bit of the install of it, and he really likes it. I hope you can hear him through the mic. He was like giving the oohs and ahs and whatnot, and yeah, makes me happy. It's super, super bright. And I swear it's not orange like how it was shown on camera. I think it looks orange for you guys, but it is just very crisp, bright red. All right, easy as that. I got this side replaced too. And another reason I was like excited about this, but a little nervous to do this is because Last Fit, when I was talking to them, they explained that these red ones have never been tested for taillight purposes on the Tacoma. And I was like, they should work just based off of their light code and the switchback functionality of being able to be a turn signal and being able to be a taillight. So this was kind of experimental. So any of you Tacoma folks out there, you now know you can use these for the brake lights and for the running light in the taillight. And it's cool because I don't know if you noticed, but there are a lot of LEDs on the bulb itself, but only few of them light up for just the running light of the taillight. So it's not just blinding. And the only time all of them will light up is if you're doing the turn signal or the brake light. So it's really smart in that function. That's the switchback function right there. And it works perfect. So now both taillights are fully LED, and we're gonna move to the license plate light. These license plate lights are kind of interesting. So they are tucked right back in there, and there's two ways you can get to them. You can either pry at them using a pry tool and try and pop them out, But actually, there is a way to, if you go under the car and kind of back and up here, you can see them, boom, right there. That is the license plate light. So you can either twist out the whole light under there and just change it out that way, or you can use that axis to help push and just pop this housing out instead of prying it out. So I'm probably gonna just pop the housing out so it's much easier to get the twisting socket back into the housing, so I'm not trying to mess with it under there. Once you do that, it's just swapping out the bulb. So here you go. If you just kind of push from the back and move it out from the front, it comes out. But these are, if you're curious, the two clips that keep it in. If you squeeze them in a little bit, that's what keeps it all in. And all you're gonna do, just like almost every other light on here, is you're gonna twist and it comes right out, just like that. And these are the Amazon ones that I put in that aren't that great. As you can tell, this one doesn't even work, and this one is just like, okay. I think maybe a few probes or little LEDs are out on it, and it's just not bright and even flickers sometimes. So it's definitely right to replace it with a nice last fit one. All you're gonna do to remove, pull, and it comes out just like that. You can take the new T10 last fit bulbs and you just line it right up with this little entrance and push it on in. And like usual, I'm gonna go ahead and test it. Yeah, super nice and bright, crisp. That's what I like to see. Very nice. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the cap on this, put it all back together, and I'm actually gonna compare it to the original side. Twist it back on and literally just push it in like that. And that's definitely nicer. As you can tell, it is nice and crisp and bright. And this one, even with it not pushed in and having a better advantage, it's just very kind of dim. Let me change my exposure and I'll show you guys what I mean. All right, here we go. Light one, old one, and the new last fit one. Yeah, that's the stuff. And now even if that was halogen, it would just blow it out the water. So super nice. And you can tell it's already lighting up the license plate right there. And then this one doesn't even touch it, even though it's sticking out of the socket. Real quick, I'm gonna do that side, same process as this side, and I'll be right back. All right, got everything completed. Both license plate lights are done. Lighten up that license plate very nicely. We have the awesome brake lights and turn signal combo right here. Of course, with last fit bulbs, anti-hyper flashing. So they will just stay like this, no hyper flashing. It is awesome. As I turn down the exposure a little bit, you can tell they are super nice red, crisp lighting. And my dad already loves it. He checked it out and it's awesome. It's nice and bright, makes it look very modern. Even though it's OEM, it almost looks a little bit retro because it's kind of got some like older taillight vibes. Obviously, you mostly only see these as halogen taillights, but then you have the nice crisp red LED. So this completes the LED conversion for my dad's Tacoma. This part of the series is done. This is episode 3 of the Pimp My Dad's Ride series, and I'm just glad to have everything converted to LED. It's super clean. All the front lights are done. As you can tell, there's that nice turn signal. The high beams, low beams are done. The side markers are done. Interior lights, all the back now. The fog lights are LED from the factory, so I am just extremely happy with it. I appreciate you guys tuning into this one. I enjoy seeing his subtle reactions to it. It's very rewarding. And thank you again, LastFit, for sending these out. I appreciate them sponsoring this portion of the series so far. If you guys need anything LED, head over to LastFit. They have great reviews from me and thousands of others. And there's a reason for it. They are great lights and great products. So thanks for them for sponsoring this episode of the series and the series so far. And I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have any questions at all, anything Lexus related or Tacoma related, please feel free to drop it in the comments. Feel free to DM me on Instagram at gray_3is for anything at all. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope to have more videos to this Pimp My Dad's Truck series in the future. I'm sure there will be one way or another. Other than that, I appreciate your support and I appreciate you watching this video. This has been Mr. Gray3is, and I'll see y'all in the next one.
Walking on walking